Welcome everybody to our weekly meditation moving into August. So rapidly moving through summer, although perhaps summer is returning after a very wet July. And some thoughts tonight mainly derived from Father Richard Rohr, who we've left for a while, but back to Richard Rohr, and a little bit of a return, perhaps a recap, a review of our practice of contemplation, or is it meditation, or what's the difference? To be continued on that one. Richard Rohr says that contemplation is a panoramic or receptive awareness, which we take in all that the situation, moment, or person offers without judging, eliminating, or labeling anything. No negative pushbacks. And this takes a lot of practice and probably, well, certainly a lot of unlearning of automatic responses. We have to work at it, recognize our compulsive and repetitive patterns, allow ourselves to be freed from the need to take control. And so this evening, the image on the screen there, perhaps helping us with our breathing as we bring our attention to the present moment. I was using some words here from a student of the late philosopher Thich Nhat Hanh. She says, let's begin our practice by finding a comfortable position. So I invite you, wherever you're sitting, to really occupy this moment. Withdraw your attention from what you've been doing before, what you're going to do later. We are in this moment. Bring everything back to here and now. So feel the contact between your body and the chair or sofa. Feel the contact between your feet and the floor. Acknowledge and notice that the earth is holding us up, supporting us in this moment. And now bring your focus gradually to the breath. Notice that you're breathing in through your nose and out through the mouth. Make that a conscious movement. And as you do so, either let your eyes gently close or lower your gaze, or just use the image on the screen, whichever works best for you. And follow that breath, follow the air from before it even enters your body. Sense it just outside you, and then as you breathe in through the nose, you're drawing in that air in the form of a breath. It's coming into you, you're holding it maybe, and then you're letting it go back into the atmosphere. And consciously breathe a little more deeply, and if you can count to 4 on your in-breath, hold for 2 and count for 4 on your out-breath, all the while noticing any sensations. Maybe it's the sound of the breath. Maybe you feel a warmth or a coolness with either the in-breath or the out-breath. Maybe you notice the rise and fall of the belly. Whatever it is, keep your attention with the breath. And as you continue to breathe, it's not counting, but breathing a little more deeply than you would normally. Be aware of the rest of the body as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, allow the body to rest, to relax. Aware of the body with the in-breath, calming, resting with the out-breath. And again, as you inhale, perhaps allow a sense to have a sense of contentment that right here, right now, things are okay. We don't need anything more. And as you exhale, accept that life is as it is in this moment. Breathing in, we have enough. Breathing out, acceptance of life as it is. As you continue to breathe, some further thoughts from Father Richard Rohr, who talked about our compulsive and repetitive patterns. He says we seem to be addicted to our need to make distinctions and judgments which we mistake for thinking. Almost all thinking, he says, is actually compulsive, repetitive, and habitual. Few of our responses to situations are original or even respectful of what is right in front of us. The most common human responses to a new moment are cynicism, fear, mistrust, knee-jerk reactions, and overriding judgmentalism. And this is why all forms of meditation and contemplation teach a way of quieting, or is that quietening, this compulsively driven mind. The Desert Fathers and Mothers wisely called this process the shedding of thoughts. The shedding of thoughts. We don't fight, repress, deny, identify with, or even judge them, but merely shed them. Because we are so much more than our thoughts. And we will feel this more as an unlearning than a learning of any new content. He goes on, if we can allow our thoughts and feelings to pass through us, neither clinging to them nor opposing them, we will come to a deeper, wider, and wiser place. So for a few moments, listen. Let's listen to ourselves. Listen to whatever thought or feeling arises. This is becoming the observer of our own thinking. Listen long enough to ask, why am I thinking this? What does this say about me that I perhaps habitually entertain such negative or judgmental or whatever type of thought process we have? For myself, I know I struggle to remain focused on a single thought. I tend to flit around. And that is saying something to me. Richard Rohr goes on to show us or suggest where we might move to from this habit of being judgmental and needing to control, mistrust and fear in our responses. In meditation, we move from being ego consciousness to soul awareness. And this, I think, is the key, from being fear-driven to being love-drawn. We move from being fear-driven to being love-drawn. But why doesn't this come naturally to us? He says, actually, it does come momentarily in states of either great love or great suffering, but we quickly return to a dualistic analysis, a black and white, a yes or no, and our judgments retake control. So our practice of contemplation is simply a way of maintaining the fruits of great love or great suffering over a long period of time, and that takes a lot of practice. But if we can allow our thoughts and feelings to pass through us, shedding them, as the desert fathers and mothers said, neither clinging to them nor opposing them, we will come to this deeper, wider and wiser place. And so we'll move to our longer period of silence, letting the music from Salt of the Sound, Wilderness Roads, take us there. If you observing your thoughts, if you notice your mind wandering into thinking or planning or worrying, just notice this is happening, knowing you can return to focus on those thoughts later on. For now, engage again with the exercise of attending to this moment. Or you may want to just use the breath as a way of doing that. Or in your mind's eye, taking a path down a flight of steps to an inner room, to your heart center. The exercise of attending to this moment. So we come out of our silence, still focused here in this moment, just stretching gently, maybe gently opening our eyes. Just repeating 2 lines from Richard Rohr, firstly about our normal responses. The most common human responses to a new moment are mistrust, cynicism, fear, a spirit of dismissal, and judgmentalism. But if we can allow our thoughts and feelings to pass through us, neither clinging to them nor opposing them, we will come to a deeper, wider and wider place. And a closing prayer from Mechthild of Magdeburg on wisdom. To you we come, O wisdom without end. In you we rest, O mercy without limit. Only in you are we fully alive. Only in your light can we truly see. Only in your strength are we safe to pursue our way. Amen.